What's up, guys, and welcome back to another video right here, Chris's MMA Universe. What can I say, man? This card was phenomenal. I mean, it was really not one boring fight in this entire card. But I just want to jump into the co-main event really quick, and then I'll go right to the main event. The Robert Whittaker-Cannonier fight. I mean, Cannonier came from heavyweight. He was undefeated in middleweight up until this fight here tonight. And, he fought in heavyweight, fought light heavyweight, and ended up being undefeated in middleweight up until this fight against Robert Whittaker. And Robert Whittaker looked very, very, he looked great in this fight. Very, very good. And I think Daniel Cormier said it the best. I mean, this is a much, much better fight than we saw him against Izzy. A much better fighter, I should say. I mean, he was in it just seemed so fresh, like a great state of mind coming into this fight. Like that fight against Izzy kind of woke him up a little bit. You know what I mean? And, he laid it on Cannonier. He had Cannonier bleeding. He had Cannonier kind of hurt. He had Cannonier hurt. He had Cannonier kind of, scrambling in there. I mean, Cannonier said it himself, too. If you hear him, after the end of the fight, he made it hard. Robert Whittaker made it hard for Cannonier. Cannonier said it himself. And you saw it. Cannonier was in there. Cannonier it was a very technical fight between both fighters. Cannonier has some power. We all know Cannonier has power, so does Robert Whittaker. But both men went in there technical. Cannonier didn't go in there just swinging for the fences. And Robert Whittaker just stayed composed, it stayed like he was just waiting to strike, and, he was in there. He was in there the entire time. It seemed like he saw what was in front of him the entire time. He saw that the entire fight was just, he wasn't skipping ahead. He wasn't, it seems like he was completely conscious the entire time. Sometimes fighters got to go back and check tape. I don't think Robert Whittaker has to do that. He just seems so composed in there. He just seems so fresh, so in the moment. So hats off to Robert Whittaker. He got it done. He got it done by a dominant decision. And it was spectacular. It was just spectacular to watch. It was very, very phenomenal on Robert Whittaker. So hats off to both men, but congratulations to Robert Whittaker. So jumping into the main event, what can you say? What can you say about Khabib? Khabib, and Khabib once more. He got it done. Khabib destroyed Gaethje. How can you argue with it? How can you argue with it? He destroyed him. He was just applying pressure, stood on the stand-up, and it took him down at the very end of round one, but it was Khabib's fight. Gaethje had nothing for him. Yes, Gaethje caught him with a couple right hands, but wasn't anything where Khabib couldn't handle. It was like he took it on the chin, and that was it. It's not like he was rocked. It's not like he was hurt. Khabib was in there, and Khabib was not going to allow anything to happen for him to lose this fight. It wasn't going to happen. He needed to prove it to his father. He needed to make his father proud. He went in there, destroyed Gaethje, and made his father proud. And he was reduced to tears at the end. It was Khabib's fight from the first second to the very last second to where Gaethje got choked out. Now, the thing about that is Gaethje did tap. He tapped frantically. He tapped more than once. And somehow the ref missed it. I don't know if the ref ignored it. I don't know if he missed it. Whatever the case is, Gaethje did tap. I know we don't like to see like controversial wins and, things like that where we didn't want the ref to stop it too soon, but he did tap. So whether it was going to be stopped too soon or what, I don't believe that was even an issue here, because if he would have saw the tap, that means the fight is over. So because the ref did not see it or ignored it, whatever the case, I'm not saying he ignored it. I'm not saying that, because they're all professionals in there. I'm not going to say he ignored it. Of course not. But he must have missed it, right? So if the ref missed it, Gaethje did tap more than once and then resorted to just going straight to sleep because there was nothing else to do. The ref was only going to stop it, I guess, at this point when he saw Gaethje was limp. So, going into this fight, I was a little nervous. I was nervous because I thought Gaethje was going to be able to get it done. I thought Gaethje was going to go in there and give something to Khabib. All right. Now, Saying to get it done is a little broad. I don't want to say that. I take that back. I don't think he was going to really get it done because in my video for the fight going into this fight, for the video I made going into this fight, the fight review I made, go back and check that out if you haven't already. And I was saying that Khabib is just too good. He's too good at this point to beat. He's too good at this point. I saw Gaethje losing. I just saw that he was going to lose, but I did not think that he was going to lose like this. I did not think that Gaethje was going to lose this way. I did not think he was going to get caught in a triangle that looked like Khabib was going to an arm triangle and then switched, went backwards, and got him in a triangle. This is a phenomenal fighter. I mean, what flaw does Khabib have? What flaw does Khabib have? After seeing this fight, you will get no argument from me that anybody can beat this guy. But what is left for Khabib? I mean, they were saying that Gaethje, because Khabib retired. Khabib retired. He said this is his last fight. He promised his father that this will be his last fight, and he needs to keep his promise to his father, is what he said. Okay, so now I don't know if Khabib is going to fight GSP, if that fight presents itself. I don't know. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. We don't know. But we all know that the craving number to Khabib would be 30-0. No? I mean, if he were to fight, can you imagine? Can you just imagine with fans coming back after this whole pandemic, can you imagine the fans of a Khabib versus GSP fight? I mean, it would just be they will blow the roof off of that dome. It's crazy. That dome will be turned into a stadium with the roof being blown off. It would be so spectacular. I mean, a mega fight at its finest. So let's hope that can get done. Now, I do believe if that were to get done, it's going to be at like a catch weight. I don't think it's going to be for title. If GSP can make it to 155, I don't think he can, especially at this age in his life. I don't know if he will be able to. I mean, we all know GSP is a spectacular athlete, and he's very, very professional. So we don't know. We don't know if he will be able to make that weight, but I guess we'll see. We'll see what happens in the future. We'll see because GSP is actually intrigued by that fight, and so is Khabib. So for that fight to be, oh my God, there's no words for it. I'm over here scrambling for words. I don't even know how we would all feel. All I know is that we will be very, 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 very intrigued, very excited, and the fans will be, off the wall. So what's next for Gaethje looks like, they were saying that he might get a title fight next because if Khabib is going to actually, end up giving the title, putting the title down, and now there's no a vacant title. Justin Gaethje might get the next fight. Who knows, right? So I guess we'll see what happens for Khabib, if he really is done 100%, if he's not going to come back, because the only person for him is GSP. There's been talks about GSP against Khabib. That's the only person for him. In the lightweight division, no one will give him even competition. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. All right. He said he's not interested in Poirier. He said he's not interested in McGregor. He choked both of them out. He finished both of them. What's the point is what he's thinking. So, I guess we'll see what happens. I really want to know what you guys think about this entire fight. Let me know in the comments. Let me know what you think might be next for Khabib and next for Gaethje. Do you think the Khabib GSP fight is going to happen? Let me know what you guys think. Make sure to hit the like. Make sure to hit the subscribe. Tap the bell so you don't miss any upcoming videos. And I'll see all you guys in the next one.